What's going on, everyone? It's Riley, and I'm back with another manga haul. This time I've got a few books that I've been waiting for quite a while to be shipped from Right Stuf. Just things that have been delayed for a minute, but I finally got some of them in. So, quick note, most of these are from April, like books from April that I've been watching. They've been sitting on for a while, and I was sitting there like, come on, just ship it, just ship it, just ship it. I'd like to read these books, come on. And usually what they do is they'll wait for the last week worth of books from 1 month and ship those with the first week worth of books for the next month, which makes sense. You know, you want to save on shipping costs and stuff. But with everything going on in the world right now, I think that there was a massive delay with them receiving their shipment for early May, and they still have not gotten they haven't received as far as I've seen, majority of the books from the first week of May, which is annoying, but we've all got plenty of books to read, so I'm sure there's something. I've been filling out my time. So anyway, they finally shipped out my box with the last several volumes from April. So let's go run through these real quick. I've got High Rise Invasion. This is the 6th omnibus collection, collecting volumes 11 and 12. This one's been a pretty fun little, I don't know if I'd call it a horror series. Maybe, I guess, is the best way to describe it. But I've been enjoying it. I really enjoyed it from the beginning, and it kind of meanders a little bit as it goes on, but it's fun enough that I've continued to buy these books. And they're very well produced. It has a nice, fun art style. It's a quick read also, which is something that I like series like this that are very kinetic, very high energy, very quick read. And it's the type of series where there's constantly questions that are being brought forth. And I'm always, once you get one question answered, there's always another 3 that pop up, so now the questions that we had at the beginning of the series, some of them linger, but mostly it's new stuff. So it's a fun experience. I don't know, I haven't checked recently to see if the series is wrapped in Japan or not. So I have no idea about that, but it's fun. I recommend it. Look into it, maybe find online a couple of chapters to read for free and judge from there, because I've seen some people that really don't like it. Anyway, moving on, I also have, speaking of books that some people really don't like, I got Samurai 8 Volume 2. This one, of course, by the creator of Naruto, was recently canceled in the Shonen Jump magazine. I try to say manga and magazine at the same time. Was recently canceled in the Shonen Jump magazine. So it only wound up being 5 volumes long. So not very long of a series at all. And to me, I'm like, you know what, whatever, I already had pre-ordered the second one. I'll go ahead and get the rest of it as it comes out. The first volume was okay. It wasn't bad. It was decent. But knowing Kishimoto, it's just interesting because he spent so much time building such a huge world in Naruto that it feels like, given a 5-volume series, he can't possibly have gotten much done. But whatever, I'll keep reading and judge for myself. And I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this who have already read it all the way through and are going to be like, yeah, no, it was not good, or, oh man, I was so disappointed that it got canceled. So either way, let me know your thoughts on that one. I haven't been reading it online or anything, haven't been reading on the apps, so each volume that comes out, it's my first time getting to read that. On a better series that's more universally praised, Silverspoon Volume 14. Been really anticipating this one. This is the penultimate volume. Volume 15 will be the final volume, but it was unfortunately delayed. I don't know what the date is now, but it was pushed back a little bit due to everything happening out there. Always fun to get this one, of course, by Hiromu Arakawa, who is the creator of one of my personal favorite manga, Fullmetal Alchemist. Follows a young man as he goes to like an agricultural school. It's just kind of a fun, I don't know if I want to call it slice of life, but kind of feels that way. Lighthearted, wholesome series that's been a real joy to read. So always happy to have that. And speaking of wholesome series, we've got Skullface Bookseller Honda-san Volume 4, and this is the final volume of this volume. So of this series. It's a short series. It was popularized a couple years back by, I think Crunchyroll was airing the anime. That was just a bunch of short segments adapting chapters from this series. The series just follows Honda-san, the character on the front here, as she works in a bookstore and follows her life as a bookseller and a manga creator, and kind of gives insight into what it's like to work at a bookstore and work with publishers and stuff like that. So it's a nice, lighthearted, wholesome series, and that it's only 4 volumes makes it a really easy recommendation for people, because you're not recommending something that's like 30, 40, 70 volumes long. So anyway, really enjoying that, and I'm glad to finally have this final volume on the shelf to wrap this series up. Next, I've got the Great Priest Imhotep, Volume 2. I got the first volume not too long ago, and I read it right after I bought it, and I thought it was okay, but usually I give series 2 or 3 volumes to kind of get going, because I know beginning of a lot of series is just exposition. It's not really fantastic, not really the stride that they're fixing to hit. So I'm hoping that with this one, and I've already pre-ordered the 3rd one, which actually they literally sent me the email confirmation for this package coming in, and then hours later sent me an email confirmation of a package only consisting of Im Volume 3. So that was kind of weird to me that they wouldn't wait just a little bit and then put them all into the same box, but whatever. But I have the 3rd volume on the way. If by the time I finish Volume 3, I'm not crazy about it, I probably won't continue, but it is not that long of a series. It's only 9 volumes completed in Japan. Basically, the series has Imhotep come to modern day Japan and start hunting down monster type demon dealies that are possessing people. And the end of the 1st volume kind of introduces a new character that seems like they're going to be kind of a antagonistic rival to Imhotep. So I'm excited to read forward, even though I wasn't super big on that 1st volume. I'm excited to read more and kind of see if it gets better, if I want to continue with it, or if it just kind of peters out and I decide not to. And the final volume that I got in this box is one that I've been excited about and waiting for a while, because they sold out really quickly of this, and that's the Pokemon Adventures Collector Edition Volume 1. Collects the first 3 volumes of Pokemon Adventures, which is the entirety of the Red and Blue story arc. So this goes all the way to the finale of that story, which I'm trying to get to the end of it, which I thought had a little teaser at the end for whatever. But yeah, it goes to the end of Red and Blue. I guess Red, Green, and Blue. The Pokemon manga I really enjoy. I've read the Red, Blue, and Yellow story, so the first 7 volumes, and it's really good stuff. If you're a fan of Pokemon, if you grew up playing the games, watching the anime, maybe you still play the games and watch the anime like myself, this is a really fun kind of take on the Pokemon story. It follows the characters based on the game. So you get Red instead of Ash, you get Blue instead of Gary. So it follows kind of the trend of the actual game instead of following like the anime, which is what the other Pokemon manga did. But it elaborates more on the story and introduces more antagonistic characters and kind of takes it in interesting directions that the original games did not go in. So it's a really fun direction for the series. And as far as the actual collected edition that they have here, the first omnibus edition with the first 3 volumes, very nice production. It's nice signature sized volume, and I think it's comparable to the Legend of Zelda volumes that came out several years ago, which collected like 2 each. So the pages are not that thick, so it's not a huge volume, even though it's got 3 of the original volumes in there. I recommend trying it out. You can actually get the first box set with the first 7 volumes of the original series, so that collects all of the Red, Blue, Green, Yellow storyline for really cheap. I think when I bought it, it was like $25 or something for the 7 volumes. So if you want to try it out, you can buy this first one. You can buy the box set. Either way, it's going to be a good deal for your money because the cover price on this is $17.99. So you can get this for close to like $10. So three books for $10 in an oversized edition. It's an easy sell right there. Yeah, try it out if you're a Pokemon fan. Even non-fans, like people who are not fans of the anime or the game or anything, this is still a really fun series, and mostly pretty safe for all age readers. There's a little bit of violence in there with the Pokemon, as far as, you know, them fighting, but it's pretty safe for all ages. If you have a kid that is into Pokemon, I would say you're pretty good in letting them get that book. So anyway, that's all I got as far as new manga right now. Some pretty cool stuff. I'm excited to read all these new books. I'm going to get to those as soon as I can. In the meantime, sound off down below if you want any more videos about anything in particular, if you want me to talk about any of these books in particular after I read them. Comments, questions, and stuff, all that down below. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Click the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can get notifications whenever I release new videos, and I will see you guys next time.